welcome back to another Dams TV, and this episode's a little bit different. I seem to have gone to fixing cars, not plastering. Anyway, my brother-in-law very kindly gave me his old car, XC90. So he bought a brand new XC, well, not brand new. He bought a new XC90, something like 2016 plate, something like that. So he asked me, "Do you know anyone who's, do you know anyone who wants to buy a car?" And I said, "Oh, I might buy it. How much do you want?" And he just said, "Oh, if it's for you, you can have it." So I said, "Oh, well, that's very kind of you." And then he said, "But," tripping over the drill, "but," he said, "the DPF is blocked." So I've been on YouTube and tried to find, I found a DPF for 130 quid, which is hard to believe, but it all looks good. And then, so I couldn't really find, someone who'd done a video on removing it. So this is it: how to take off a DPF filter off an XC90. So what I've done is, I've jacked it up at the front there, and I've got it on axle stands here. Hang on. I have got the sun out of the van. There's a jacking point at the front on the cross member, and then I've got it on axle stands here and here. So I'm pretty happy that I'm secure. What I'm not happy with is, look at them bolts. How the hell am I going to undo them? Because they are rusty as, man. So I'm going to, so you basically undo them. Let me get it in position. Oh my god. So you've got to take them two off, which look relatively easy to come off, just pack. Then I've got these bolts here that look proper 100% seized on. I've been there all day, I think, man. And then I've got some here as well. Which that is just non-existent. I think this has been off before, and that looks like it's been welded on together. At least some's come out anyway. Look at the state of that. There's no nut there. Belting. Right, anyway, it's got to come off because it's blocked. So somehow, I mean, it's not that hard. It would have been dead easy if the bolts would have been there, but they're not. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe get the Dremel and cut them off somehow. I don't know. So I've decided just to take them 4 bolts out and remove this so I can get better access round here and maybe get in, sort of in here, because this is in my way. But I'm going to have to cut this off. I can see it coming. There's no way I'm getting them bolts off, but let's carry on and see what happens. Right, so I finally cut it off, and I've actually got that one split. That's not a bad result. This side is split. Once I've got it off, I can deal with these bolts and try and get them out after. I'm not too concerned about that. And I've started cutting this one here. I mean, I can't see the camera. Started cutting this here, but the bit that I had just blasted, so blasted to pieces. But I have took precautions, got my little glasses on. Right, let's crack on, see how far we get. Right, I finally got it off. Took some going. I don't know if I can knock them out and put new ones in or not. Same there under the car. But this is the DPF filter that the car is saying it's blocked. It does look pretty shitty in there, like, but does look pretty bad, I suppose. Right, soak it. I'm going to soak it overnight and then maybe put it back on. I might even just buy a new one. I haven't decided yet. But I managed to get the DPF filter off, but I think I've caused myself a bit more problem. I think the studs. Oh man. I'm struggling here. That side's alright. It's just this side that I'm going to do with. I have to try and get them out. Yeah, baby. Nice to get them out. So I just run the Dremel. If you've not got a Dremel, you need to get one. It's got this little bad boy, and I cut it, cut through the back of them. I cut through the back of them like that, zip, and then I just knocked them with an hammer and they came out. There's the little bad boy. So I've decided I'm just going to buy a new DPF filter, because the other one,
Can't delete pipe.
no, I'm not deleting it. Skin face. There's the other end. Ow. Right, I've managed to get it done. I've managed to get them lugs out. So all I did was a little drill to get it going, then a bigger drill, and then that gave me purchase on my punch and a lump hammer, and I just knocked them out. Now I just need to get the right studs in, and the nuts and bolts. We'll go and order them now. I'm going to put this DPF filter in some cleaner. Before I buy one, I'm going to do that and see what happens. So I've blocked up the end. I'm going to put it in the gorilla tub like that, and I'm just going to fill it up until it's full and leave it. Right, so I've managed to do it. I've managed to get the DPF off. I've managed to get the rusty bolts off. I've had to get my Dremel out and cut them off, and I've managed, like I said, to get them studs out of the old one. So I've changed my mind again. I was going to buy one, if you remember. I was going to buy a new DPF and sod it, but now the brother-in-law gave me some cleaning fluid, so I'm just going to leave it in some cleaning fluid and soak it overnight. Maybe give it 2 soaks and then put it back on Tuesday night. So join me in part 2 when I'm putting this bad boy back together.